DSS, police and army are the real bandits. Hunters and kidnapped victims confess. Hear the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome once again to Biafra Unite channel / television this very moment. Today's date is 15th of April 2025, and I have another important and video clip for every one of you listening to my voice right now from wherever you are all over the world. Dear friends and lovers of freedom, I want you to pay very good attention to this very news because it's very, very important. I can assure you, my people. The hunters and of course a kidnapped victim, the Afenifere youth leader, who is a very notable individual in the entire western part of the zoo in Oduduwa land, have come out to confess. Not just confess, but confirm what is going on in the security of the zoo and of course the impunity that the Nigerian army, police and DSS are perpetrating day in, day out. So I want you to pay very good attention as we delve into the full details of this very news. I will be playing the video for you, but before then, I want to read the news in full details. First of all, from the Sahara Reporters, and after that, the video will follow. And I want to draw your attention to the upcoming protest in Finland for the release of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, which, of course, is going to take place on the 9th of May 2025. According to what is written on your screen on the headline, which says, "Enquiry number for Finland protest for the release of Mazi Simon Ekpa. Please call +358 4024 36561. This is the official number for this very all-important protest that will be taking place on the 9th of May 2025 in Helsinki, Finland. This very protest is organized by Biafrans in Finland, not by any government, and every necessary document and clearances have been obtained by the Biafrans in Finland from the Finnish authority. I have an information that some group of individuals, paid individuals who want Mazi Simon Ekpa to remain in the custody in Finland, for them to continue to perpetrate evil and destroy our land, destroy our livelihood, and destroy our hopes of freedom, are going about from one WhatsApp group to another, spoiling the minds of our people not to join the protest. This is evil. This is evil. Posterity will never be kind to you, and the land of Biafra, the spirit of Biafra, the spirit of our ancestors, and spirit of those who have paid the ultimate price for this very quest for freedom will haunt you and your entire household forever and ever until you are completely wiped out of the surface of this planet Earth. Those of you who are making false announcements on the social media saying that Finland authority has banned any type of protest, the spirit of those who have paid the ultimate price for our freedom will haunt you and your entire generation until you are being wiped out of the surface of this planet Earth because you are evil. This protest has nothing to do with any government. This protest was organized by Biafrans, and all Biafrans who are eligible to travel to Finland are expected to join the protest. There is no risk, no money. Anybody who asks you to pay money is a scammer. Don't pay a dime to anybody. If you want to make any inquiry, call the number on your screen. Make inquiries as you like. All the details will be given to you. I'm telling you the truth. I am doing my job, and of course, the gods of our land will know that I am doing what I am supposed to do. Now, according to the headline of this very news, which you can see on your screen, it says, DSS tracking system used to shed kidnappers for cash. Soldiers turn checkpoint into toll booths. They turn checkpoints into toll booths. Use your tongue and count your teeth. as Nigerian hunters expose security corruption. Nigerian hunters expose security corruption. The hunters, who recently undertook a long journey to confidentially brief a prominent community advocate, disclosed deeply troubling allegations involving both the DSS and military personnel stationed in their region. Alarming revelations have emerged from a part of southwestern Nigeria where local hunters have accused some operatives of Department of State Services DSS and soldiers of compromising joint security effort through corruption, negligence, and misconduct. The hunters, who recently undertook a long journey to confidentially brief a prominent community advocate, disclosed deeply troubling allegations involving both the DSS and military personnel stationed in their region. They insisted on delivering the message in person, citing the sensitivity of the information and fear of interception over digital channels. I just had a visit from the top hunters in a part of the northern southwestern Nigeria. They spent hours and hours on the road to come and tell me some very bad and confidential things. It was not the stuff they wanted to discuss over the phone or internet, the source said. At the heat of the allegations is the DSS alleged abuse of sophisticated telephone tracking technology meant to identify and rescue kidnapped victims, now reportedly being used to extort money from the very criminals it was designed to catch. Hey. According to the hunters, some DSS operatives have been accused of collecting payment from kidnappers in exchange for concealing their locations. A few of these officers were said to have been recently arrested and transported to Abuja in leg chains. Some of the sophisticated telephone tracking technology that is meant to track kidnappers wherever they are is now being used in the favor of the same kidnappers, the same criminals that they are supposed to track and arrest. Are you paying attention? Because they collect their own share from the proceeds that these criminals made out of kidnapping. DSS collect their own share in order to conceal the location, the information and the location of the criminals. This is not from me. I am reading from a Zoo media platform. I want you to pay attention. The hunter said the DSS operatives make use of the sophisticated telephone tracking system to locate kidnappers and their victims. Then they extort money from the kidnappers in return for hiding their true positions. They said some of them were recently arrested and taken to Abuja in leg chains, the source said. The actions of the security operatives was described as betrayal and outright sabotage of national security. In a similarly damning narrative, the hunters allege that soldiers formerly involved in joint patrols have now been sidelined due to a series of transactional behaviors that have eroded trust. Hey, the zoo is finished. The zoo has gotten to a breaking point. It is over. I want every nation in the zoo, trapped in the zoo, to start now preparing themselves for a self-rule. It is over for the zoo. Whether you believe it or not, it will happen in your own eyes. These include open extortion of motorists at informal checkpoints, careless conduct during operations leading to the loss of hunters' lives, and inappropriate relationships with local women, including advances towards married women, funded by bribes extorted at roadside toll gates. It also concerns the soldiers who work with the hunters. Both the DSS and soldiers are now overwhelmingly transactional. Transactional to the point where the hunters are no longer involving the soldiers in their joint patrols, the source said. The reasons they gave point to the death of fellow hunters due to the operational carelessness of soldiers, transactional toll gate operations on commercial and other vehicles in broad daylight, dating the local women and enticing the local women for dredging including making advances at married women with the toll gate money collected. Disturbed by the worsening situation, the hunters said they were now reverting to traditional methods of protecting their communities. One chilling warning was the mention of Magoon, a deadly traditional trap used to punish sexual offenders, suggesting that local men were ready to deploy ancient justice to defend their families. They say it's only a matter of time before a headline reads, "Soldier Lumangu, soldier died after sleeping with another man's wife." The source added, hinting at the growing tension between the local communities and the security forces deployed to protect them. Deployed to protect them. I want you to outline that. Deployed to protect them. So I don't want to talk too much. I want you to watch the video from an Afenifere youth leader who was recently released by those that kidnapped him after millions of money was paid as ransom. And who are those? The Fulani terrorists. Watch the video to Salo Numozia and make it go viral.
My name is Prince Enola Ojajuni, the National President of Afenifere National Youth Council. To all the leaders of the Yorubas, presently, the OPC leader, and all the present leaders of the Yorubas, it happened to occur on the 17th of February. I have a meeting in Abuja with Abuja Chambers of Commerce. Unfortunately, my flight was scheduled for Tuesday, and I just have to be in Abuja on Monday. Like I said, we proceed on that journey on that fateful Monday. It was a black Monday, a Monday that I will never forget in my life. A Mondays of sorrow, a Mondays of agony and pain, because what I went through, it was the grace of God, mercy of God. It has saved me for that terrible experience. And what happened to me, I doubt it can happen in Borno State, in Katsina, in all the northern part of this state, because I believe the Yoruba, what our leaders have said, no Yoruba can go to part of the north and kidnap the emir or any leaders of the northern part. So as a result of this, I think urgent needs to be taken in order for us to stop this ungodly attitude of Fulani X-Men, because I was signaled by Fulani X-Men. Like I said, on that 17th, when we get to Ondo State, and from Ondo State, after Ikare, the journey was smoothly, and we proceed to a town called Akumo. It was after 3 minutes between Akumo and the Nigerian military checking point. In fact, just 3 minutes between Amateku and the Nigerian military checking point, there will be ambush. 19 bullets were thrown in my car, and I sustained 2 bullets AK-47 in my bubble, and other vehicle that was coming from Abuja, other going to Osun State was ambushed along the land, were 9 in number that was kidnapped, and we started that journey. The journey was, I was bleeding seriously. When we trekked, the incident happened around 1:44 in the afternoon. It was 10 p.m. before we stopped trekking in the bush. We were just trekking without no destination. It was after the second day that they gave us access to our food. So I was the only one that had food, because my phone and my laptop, iPad was in my travel bag at the front of the car. So they never knew they went through my profile. So they just called me, we know you. You are the leaders of Afenifere. You will see your ID card. You will go and stay there. You are a special person. All of you. They just decided to put us separately. And after they asked me to call my family, the first person I called, it was my wife. I told my wife, and I instructed the National Secretary of Afenifere that he should release a press statement that I was kidnapped on my way to Abuja and I sustained bullet injury. That was how we started that journey for 12 days. No food, no medical care. Every day we were subjected to torture. In fact, because I just have to call because medically I'm not fine. I was released on the 1st of March. My phone was being tracked. The funny part of this scenario is that when we were being kidnapped, it was 3 minutes of military checking point. When the first ransom was paid by a young man in Badoo, they paid the ransom very close to military checking point. When the second ransom was paid by a lady in Kwara State, the money was paid. If you know Yakaba very well, if I go to Abuja, at the back of the woman that is selling food, the ransom was paid there. The third ransom was paid opposite Nigeria prison service, very close to the military checking point. My own ransom, I was to be paid in Ikare Akoko But because my phone was being tracked, they have to check location. So a day I was released, they knew that I cannot go because sustained tubular injury. I have been weak. One of them just have to go to a journey, about 3 hours journey. They went to go and prepare their goal. They gave me the house to drink. After drinking the house, I slept for 2 hours. They carried the leaf and put it in the back of my yash where there's bullet. So they just told me that we are proceeding on a journey. I have to call, I have to plead that I want to talk to my wife. If I plead, I want to make up, I must subject to beating. And the reason why, because I'm a leader of Afenifere. The Afenifere has been giving the Fulani and the Hausa some challenges. Because they told me. The point where I'm going, that every Yoruba, every sons and daughters of Yoruba must rise and must defend our land. I'm so glad that we have thousands of police here. It's a funny thing that the so-called Amateku, let me just put it that way. They have fallen to political appointment. May so rest in peace, my great governor, Rotimi Akeredolu. If the man is alive, I can assure you that it will enforce all the Amateku in Southwest to go after those people. Since Akeredolu have died, Amateku, they don't function like they will be functioning. So, as I was saying, so on that day, they told me we were going on a journey. I just have to look at the time. The time was, that was on the 28th of February. The time was 3 or 4:23. We started the journey between 43 until the second day, 5 a.m. We're trekking in the bush. No food, no water. In the morning, they asked me to call my wife. I called my wife. My wife said the ransom has complete. I paid much of a lot of money. Nigeria stood up. Everybody, my family contributed money. So that I won't be able to die. But thank God that I came out alive to tell my story, because a lot of people have been kidnapping, but they fear us. They can't come out to say all this. And I discovered that we were trekking from Kapa with trek to Impilo in Edo State. Impilo in Edo State, I have the authority to say is the whole of the Fulani who are kidnapping or terrorizing in Southwest. In fact, that day, my wife and my younger brother with Nigerian Foreign Service, they counted about 5 new motorcycles that was trailing them to the bush, and the money was paid again very close to Nigeria military checking point. So definitely something is going on between our sons and these people. The money was paid. After the money was paid, I was released on the 1st of March. Then they took me to Caribbean Hospital where the first surgery was commenced and the second surgery was done about 2 weeks ago. But my message to Southwest Governor, because their first priority is to protect life and property. A place where there's insecurity, there's no how you can create jobs, there's no how investors want to come to that state. No matter how the potential of resources you want to have, that nobody will come and invest. I have a message for Ondo State Governor, very important. I have a message for the state governor, very important. I have a message for Osun State, Ekiti State, and Lagos State, very important. Because I've said I'm not going to release any information based on the national security. I was take, and this Fulani Express, they showed me 5 camps that they have in our land. And they told me, they have 26. I will continue to be saying that 26 camps of nd1ts in Ondo State and other part of Southwest making 53 camps. If somebody can have 55 camps in a particular region, tell me. After I was released by the Fulani Express, Akure North was attacked because they told me that they are coming. When I'm on board, be only, Lord only. So my fathers and leaders of the Yorubas, it is a very urgent, like already I said, life and security of our people is very paramount to us, and we must protect it. We must protect our heritage. State police, community police, if they are need for the Southwest government to come back and retake to restructure their Amateku security network, put in the right people. Don't avoid them based on party member that cannot enforce criminals. Put in the right people that can be able to save the lands of Yoruba. And Mr. President, you have the right to do the same thing now because you're Yoruba, so that your name can be right in gold. All this thing that is happening, it cannot happen to anybody in the north. Now it's happening in those states. Nobody is supporting jungle justice. It's happening in London. They are going to work against us. When there was a young girl was killed in daylight in the northern part, what are these people do? Yoruba we are not a slave. It is time that we stand up and defend our territory. Lord, Jesus, thank you.